Can you believe it? The most anticipated game is coming out soon. Have you seen that Professor Layton and the New World of Steam is coming out? It is unbelievably hype. Okay, so saying that, I don't actually own a Switch, so I'm not sure. I'm waiting for the Switch 2, and I saw that at Best Buy, they discounted it for Black Friday, but I didn't get it. Maybe I should have, I don't know. Just waiting for the Switch 2. Come on. I'm a massive fan of the Professor Layton games, and I've played every single one of them. All of these up here. To be honest, the first one that I played was Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box, and that sent me off onto the Professor Layton bandwagon. I was also lucky enough to play Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, 2 games that are also absolutely amazing. I'm still on the second Phoenix Wright game. I have it on Steam, but I haven't had that much time. I'm on that clown case, and it's just not as is it just not as interesting, or is it just me? I even played Layton's Mystery Journey, which is a whole spin-off set in London, following Catriel Layton, Professor Layton's daughter. And the game was not the best. I mean, it was okay, but compared to all the other Professor Layton games, it paled in comparison. And I think a lot of it was due to the fact that there wasn't really a central mystery involved, and some of the puns were as bad as mine. This series brings back so much nostalgia for me. I remember playing it all throughout when I was a kid. I didn't even know about this series. I stumbled across it at CEX, that pre-owned game shop in the UK that takes all your money when you try to sell them stuff. Yeah, that one. When the first trailer dropped at Nintendo Direct, I was flabbergasted. All you got to see was Professor Layton and his hat and a slight bit of music, and everyone just went wild. Just look at all the reactions. I think the best one was from Roger's basement. But anyway, have I said that this is very exciting? Although once again, I don't have a Switch. So if it comes out soon, I won't be able to play it. Professor Layton and the New World of Steam is set after the final game, or the third game, because there was the first 3 games and then it loops to the prequels, like Star Wars, but a lot better. We finally get to see a year after the conclusion of Unwound Future. And let me say, did anyone cry at the ending to Unwound Future? If not, then you might be a psychopath. Luke has moved to Steam Bison, a city in the USA that is full of steam engines and technology. It's kind of like the Industrial Revolution kind of thing. Luke faces a new mystery and aids the help of Professor Layton. This kind of loops back to kind of the first game. Can you remember there was a letter in that one as well? Once again, like other Professor Layton games, I feel like there's a lot of whimsy and stuff that you can't logically think about too much. But that's kind of the Professor Layton world. You just have to deal with it. Have you played all the other Professor Layton games and seen their endings? We all know that it stretches it a bit sometimes. Sometimes, always. From the trailer, we can see that the art style is the same as the newer games from the 3DS. It is once again another point-and-click adventure. And you know what? In my head, I thought it'd be quite cool if it was kind of like a third-person perspective from Professor Layton. You controlling him while he walks around town, interacting with people and solving puzzles. But I guess if they went in that direction, they might lose what made Professor Layton so special. I really love the art style and the character designs. As always, signature to the games. Just hearing the music brings me nostalgia from the olden days. I'm not that old. I think the big change is that the backgrounds now are less static. You can see moving trains, moving gears, everything to make the world feel more alive and lived in. For me, there's just so much love and nostalgia for these games, and I really, really hope that it does well. As I said, I'm waiting for the Switch 2. I haven't got the Switch 1, but at this point, I think I should just wait. Cope. There is just such a simplicity to these games, combining the brain-training DS game with an interesting story and lovable characters. Especially with so many games, you really develop a connection with these characters. I'm just so glad that the publishers are giving Professor Layton another chance. I know that there's a massive fan base for these games, and I also know that after Catriel's journey, which, to be honest, was optimized more for phones rather than for the 3DS. I think I'm just so excited for Professor Layton to be on the big screen. No more of just the 3DS, but now it can be on the TV, and the possibilities that this may hold. And once again, I don't have a Switch, so Switch 2, come out quickly. Also, some of those mini games were very difficult, right? It wasn't just me. Can you remember the tea one?